My top tips: even when you're not in the office, lock your screen. Absolutely one of the main things I do. I found my son in here wanting to tinker on my machine the other day, putting in my password wrong 5 times. So I'm glad that I locked it. But make sure that it's always locked. You never know, somebody could hit an enter key, somebody could drop something near it and send an email that you didn't want to send, or go to a web address that you didn't mean to, and I'm sure that would be a difficult conversation with your IT manager, or even worse, HR. So just be aware, lock your computer as if you're in the office. Webcams for me, I'm a little bit paranoid about webcams. One of the easiest things for the bad guys to control, and oh my God, it gives me the creeps that people could be watching me. Webcam covers are cheap and easy to get off, I don't know, Amazon or wherever you would like to purchase them from. But if you haven't got anything and can't get hold of anything, use a piece of blue tack. It does the same thing, but just be aware that that's something that can be hijacked very easily. And then something else that is in the news, and I know James is going to go into a little bit more detail in the next section, is video conferencing. Just be vigilant when you're using this. Make sure that it has good end-to-end encryption. And I was trying to think of ways to give you guys, well, what is good end-to-end encryption? How do I know if it's any good? To be honest, to ask us is probably the easiest thing. And make sure that you've got good, solid passwords and that they are not all the same across all of your accounts and devices. Password managers are easy to pick up. They hold and store passwords for you, and they will suggest them if you just can't possibly think of another 8-digit password. So just be careful. And then kids apps, especially for myself at the moment working from home, there are a lot of strange, weird and wonderful apps that kids are looking at the moment, and especially if they're in another room and you're trying to get your head down on some work. Just be careful what they're using and what they could be spreading on your home network. App Store and the Google Play Store, rule of thumb, pretty much they do the checking for you, so anything on there is pretty safe. I think if anything is asking you to turn off security features, then be very wary of it, and unless you're absolutely sure, I would not let that be installed. And then lastly is phishing again. I know I said it at the beginning of this, but you should be testing your users at this time. Now is the time to be making sure that your users are vigilant, and it's still phishing coupled with your end users are still the biggest risk to any network. So make sure if you've got the phish threats, the know before, the campaign software, that sort of thing, that you are setting those up and testing your users at this time.